directly, not from my mama's basement, but from a little corner that my wife has so graciously provided for me to do these streams. The Hangout, coming at you live. Let's go.
How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. Friends. How many of us have them? How many of us have them? Friends. Hold on, y'all now. Before we go any further, let's be friends. Yeah, I love it.
All right, guys, Star. This one's for you. The beat is fire and I'm ready to go, because it's time for the Basco scenario. Some people like flair, some people like flash, but if it ain't hot, some people call it trash. I call him vanilla chocolate. He just like money, fits well in my pocket. Watch it now, or watch it later. His name's so fly, it means liberator. Sit back, relax, and watch the show. Gascar, get ready, man. It's time to go. Peace. Basco scenario coming to you each and every week. Peace.
Is there any stuff?
Huh?
Well, it's 153.
Boom.
No one put Gascar in the corner.
No, I forgot that one.
Well, he actually is in the corner, isn't it?
No one put Gascar in the corner.
Yeah. Little beautiful corner that I have in my living room. That's my streaming area. So when everybody comes home from the groceries, everybody walks by. They all wave.
Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set.
Yeah, remember that one? Yeah. Man, how y'all doing? This is a good day today. For multiple reasons. Today I had a great day. I had to do some blood tests, and I went downtown. I had lunch with my wife, and while I was walking down to the place we're going to eat, I saw an old comic book store that I didn't know was still open. It's called Captain Quebec here. So on my way back to the car, I decided to go in, and Nick Weiser has a show. I believe it's on Fridays. It's called Clobby's Comic. Comic Corner. Comic Corner, yeah, and they were talking about one stream about this new run of Transformers by
Scott.
I saw you posted, yeah.
Oh,
so
really?
Apparently, it's really, really good. So I'm like, you know what?
How far into it are? How many issues?
They're up to 18 right now.
Oh crap!
I believe 18 or 19.
Yeah.
So I went in there and I spoke with the guy, and when I walked in, I had like this crazy look on my, like, not crazy look, but like I walked in there for the first time since the 90s.
That comic book store?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So I walked in there and I was like, I got a little bit nostalgic, right? And the guy saw my face and he's like, well, you know, he said good morning in French, and then I answered him in English, and I'm like, I'm sorry, because obviously I had a look on my face. So he was like, so I'm like, sorry, I haven't stepped in here in like the 90s. He's like, the 90s? And I'm like, yeah. And there was another gentleman that's older than me that was putting stuff on the shelf, and he just looked at me and he's like,
I remember you.
That would have been funny. And then the guy's like, I'm like, yeah, I actually started collecting comic books on the original store that was on another road close to my area. And he looked at me and he goes, wow. And I'm like, he goes, I think a lot of people started collecting comic books at that store, right? So started talking to him, I started asking him about it, and he brought me to a bin, and I saw this other young guy that was like looking at us that was bin diving, and he was like mesmerized by the history of what we were talking about, other comic book stores that were in certain areas of the city. And man, like, it's crazy how they almost disappeared. Right?
They're extinct, endangered species.
Yeah. So I got the reprints. He told me these were reprints, right? It's the 9th printing. This is the 9th printing one.
Oh wow.
The number one Transformers. Well, apparently it sold very well. Like the 4th print or the 5th print is at $45.
Now what story are they telling? They telling from the beginning?
It's don't know. Don't know really. I don't know, but it has G.I. Joe crossovers and everything. Oh, nice. So yeah, I heard it's really gritty as well. So there's like apparently, was it Starscream? I don't know who squishes a G.I. Joe or something, or a human.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's like
How it really happened in real life?
Yeah, how it really happened. You know, the eyeballs were popping and stuff.
Yeah.
So I got that. And the other day, my daughter comes up to me and goes and gives me this paper. I don't know if you can read it. Time. No, that's not it. Hold on. Here, this one right here.
That's not it.
That's not it.
Welcome. Enjoy the game. Right.
Yeah.
And then she wrote this.
You can't see.
So basically it says, I always forget to take these out of my pocket. Where does it leave a trail? So she has a habit of always leaving Kleenex or tissue in her pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they wash it, we put it in the dryer.
It's all over the clothes.
It's all over the place. So I go to the dryer, right? So
You
I'm
just
like,
scavenger hunt?
you remember when I did it to her, right?
Okay.
She goes, I always forget to bring this down. I'm like, the recycling. So I go to the recycling. And he goes, you've been wanting to upgrade this, and it makes a hell of a noise. That's the fan on my PC.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had this. It's a documentary time. When I say that, I say it's bedtime because I go to bed and I put a documentary.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. David Attenborough, he still need to sleep every night.
Yeah. And then she wrote, "Open the closet." And when I opened the closet, I got
R. Kelly was in there.
I got the Millennium Falcon 25th anniversary Lego.
Yeah,
my tell him
she got it for you.
Yeah, she got it from me because she still has
the big one or the small one.
No, the small one. The small.
Oh, okay.
And then she gave me another one, and then she goes, "Time for a bath, Mr. Stinky." And I look at the dog, and I'm like, "You're talking about the dog, right?" So I go to the shower, and she got this that I was looking at the other day.
I saw that one at my Walmart.
The Tom McFarlane Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
300, where he does his iconic pose that. So he's very blessed, and not only that, blessed because today she got her acceptance letter from university. So I'm super proud of her, and mom is too.
Congratulations!
So awesome.
Congratulations, man.
So very, very blessed day, man. Very blessed day.
Hey.
Is this the daughter that you's gonna have the conversation with the new boyfriend?
No, this is the other one. Which, by the way, Danny, thank you, DJ and Danny, for your advice. Had a great talk with the guy. Yeah, he's a cool guy, cool cat, and nothing but respect in the household. He was helping my wife. He was helping me for when I was doing stuff. Didn't have to ask him. He was very there, and I had a good conversation with him. And good kid. He's deployed right now. He had to leave on Sunday, so. Yeah, he's doing some training.
Tell him if he acts up, you got some American friends, we can carry guns.
Oh, I told him. I'm like, I said I have two friends that were Marines, and he's like, "Oh, that's a different breed." He goes, "That's a different breed of soldier," and I'm like, "Yep." Yeah. So it was really it was a nice talk. Well, it's not, you know what, man. 23 years old, man. What do you want?
Hey, at least you got a good head on your shoulders. So matter.
Yeah. I was very proud of the fact that she said to the man, he said, "Listen, you want to date me, but you have to speak to my parents first." Hey. So I was like, right on.
So, yep. See that no more.
Yeah.
My father-in-law was shocked when I told him. He's like, "Wow, really?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "So good." I mean, we installed good values.
Yeah.
Good values.
Yeah.
We got Fast Eddie in the house. He says, "Well, I know what announcement DJ got hyped up." Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
I would have wore that shirt, but it's in the washer right now. So I wear
it. On the washer?
I wear that X-Men shirt for the night. Yeah, I wore it to the gym. I wore my Gamma shirt to the gym the other day.
Shit, it says Avenger musical chairs.
Well, not really musical. Just they're sitting there.
It was just crazy though. Who thought of this style?
I mean,
right?
It worked though. Had everybody tuned in.
Everybody's. But I think they were saying that the stream went from like 1 million, close to 1 million people watching, and then it slowly died down. But I was watching it. They still had 100 something thousand people tuned in.
It stayed steady, around 200,000. But on Twitter or X, whatever, it was at 1 million the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And people were constantly posting, so it was getting traction.
I didn't know about this. That's why when you guys were chatting.
Oh, I saw. And
then he's saying this chair thing. I'm like, chair thing.
Well, I saw one post yesterday that there's gonna be an announcement for MCU today, and I forgot about it yesterday. Just one little post. So I was like, that's always rumors and stuff going around, and then I got online this morning and I saw everybody was talking about whatever. As I clicked onto it, I was like, "Oh, that's the announcement." It was it was probably 45 minutes into it at that point.
Yeah, because they had a big thing yesterday, like in the evening. I think they started posting that there was going to be a big announcement, and then there was one with one chair. You know, you didn't know what was it, and now then they started rolling out. But this is the second like big, like what they did, kind of like a surprise
With Robert Downey
showing
Jr.
thing. Well, I'm saying like a live stream style.
Oh,
Because the other one was if you guys remember when the Marbles came out, they did some kind of like cat cafe or something like that. That everybody they would they started doing a live stream and then they went to a cat cafe. And every time they went to like talking about the movie, they lost viewers. But then when they went to the cat cafe, they gained viewers. So they just kept it at the cat cafe, and they were in the cat cafe for like I forget how many hours they did, but that was like one of the most successful Marvel live streams ever. So I think maybe they had kind of like a, if we keep something that just have people watching, because YouTube did this whole thing now where they really, really want you to have watch hours, right, on your videos. Like now they don't even care like how many people view it. In a sense, they want to like how
many
long
people you retain and people stay tuned into what you're doing.
So now I think you're going to have a lot more people doing things where how do we keep them glued? So I think both things happen in this one, where Marvel was trying to get as many people hooked in for the long, because that camera went so slow, right?
So it was like 50 minutes per chair.
Yeah. So you're like thinking they wanted people glued to that for the longest as possible, because that whole stream could be paying for an actor for all we know.
Possible.
They could have done it better. In my opinion,
definitely.
I would have maybe keep the chairs, but then have each person in their costume for the suit for the movie.
Yeah, but that's more money. That's more money, Danny. This was the cheapest, most effective way to get eyes on it, and it worked.
Exactly. I agree with Danny.
I
agree
too. I like that idea. It might work for you, bro, but I clicked on it, went to work, did some work about 30, 45 minutes, clicked on it, rewind it back, see what it was. And then when y'all told me that the old fuddy-duddy Xavier, I lost interest. I don't want to see them. I want to see McAvoy. I want to see Fassbender. I want to see the younger versions. I don't want to see Ian McKellen that's 90 years old trying to.
They already showed Kelsey Grammer, so you have to go with the Fox ones.
I'm just telling you, Robert 2.0. I don't want to see that.
Well, I think they have the both, so they're gonna have like the old X-Men, and they're gonna have some of the new
multiverse.
Danny, that's what it'll be. It's gonna be worlds being destroyed and everything. And I think we're gonna see.
Well, we only see them for a few minutes. I don't see them the whole time.
They're not gonna be the ones that are gonna be the new X-Men. Obviously, we know that because they're all too freaking old for one thing.
One I'm really shocked is I didn't see Cumberbatch name in there, and I think for certain he should be in this.
Right? Mm-hmm. That's the thing. I think a lot of
Elizabeth Olsen too. That's why I was surprised.
Yeah, that makes no sense. This is kind of, can we see Loki in there? So that means we're gonna see maybe. Well, the story. I don't know if I told you, but there's a story out there. There's a rumor out there that Doom was going after Loki.
Yeah, for the tree.
That's why he's been casted.
Yeah.
He's been casted. Makes sense.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but see, they announced these guys, but it does not mean that things might not change, right?
Right. So you want to go through like each one and talk about each one, or
I hope they save some for that. We're not going to tell us. I want to.
No, I think sure.
I'm sure we're gonna have some kind of shock.
They
have to do at this point. They really
have to pull an Infinity War at the end. You have to have that big shock moment when everybody died at the end of. I think the most shocking one at Infinity War was Black Panther when he dusted. He had just got premiered.
Yeah, I think the most shocking one. But we see Shuri is in there. So she's gonna be a Black Panther.
Oh, the recast.
Yeah, she's Black Panther.
The recast
people.
Oh man, they were up and down.
Oh yeah,
Recast
T'Challa all over the place.
They are losing their minds right now.
Yeah, Basel, that's the one I have right now on screen. Land of Jet, it's right here. Thanks to thank you everybody in the chat, man. We have 14 people watching. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like. Let's see. I think they're saving the ones that weren't announced for the Secret Wars. Yeah, there's gonna be Secret Wars, but I have a feeling that we're gonna get some surprises in the next one.
Because there was no there was no Hugh Hackman or Ryan Reynolds, you know.
So
there was the guy that played the Hulk. He wasn't in there. We didn't see
Ruffalo.
Yeah, we didn't see Hawkeye. We didn't see like you said. And I'm really shocked about Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Why in the world would Dr. Doom not be? I mean, Doctor Strange not be this?
He makes more sense because he's the one who can travel between worlds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. And you know, magic, right?
Yeah.
So, sorcery and stuff. So
I think he might be a surprise.
So Chris Hemsworth, no surprise.
Thor, right? Yeah.
Vanessa Kirby.
Fantastic Four. Who is Vanessa Kirby?
Invisible Woman.
No, Storm. Yeah.
So the Fantastic Four are definitely going to be in it.
Yeah.
Right. All of them are in it.
Yeah, main element of the story.
Yeah. So you have
Pedro
Pascal,
and Martinez was his name. So
Stan. All the Thunderbolt guys are going to be there.
All the Thunderbolts.
All the Thunderbolts.
Even the ones we thought weren't going to make it.
You're right. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, they're going to be."
Yeah, they were.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah. I think Philo J was the first one I saw. He was up there.
Man.
I'm surprised that Corey not in this.
Yeah. Well, maybe she is. Maybe they just didn't announce her, right?
Well, no, they put Winston M'Baku in here, so he's gonna,
Now I don't know if this is the original one I saw.
Paul Rudd chair was small, right?
Yeah, he had a small chair.
Yeah, that was like a meme.
Yeah, that was
Oh, the meme one. Okay.
Yeah.
So Paul Rudd, no surprise there.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, Russell.
That's a U.S. agent.
Guys, keep talking. I got a work call. Hold on.
All right.
Hit the play button.
But he doesn't hit the play button.
Hit the play button.
He doesn't hit the play button.
Help a brother out, man.
Yeah, what you doing?
You talking about Wyatt Russell the whole time?
Yeah, this is a Wyatt Russell. All right, guys. So now it's the Wyatt Russell thing.
I had
he's an ugly Captain America.
Okay, so
the other Captain America.
Yeah.
So after Wyatt Russell is Tenoch Namor after him.
Tenoch Huerta.
Yeah, and then Ebon Moss. That's the thing.
Right.
Then we got after him is Shang-Chi.
Right, Simu Liu.
Yeah.
And then Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Kelsey Grammer, which is
the
X-Men,
Beast of the
Beast.
Yeah, and he was in Captain Marvel, and he was in
right.
So
we know that. You back now? Yeah.
Yeah. Hit the play button.
So Danny. Oh, Danny stepped away right when that was stepped away. Yeah. So we got El Niño Sin Amor.
How do you pronounce that? How do you say his first name?
Tenoch.
Tenoch. Okay.
Tenoch
It's I think it's origin Toltec, but it's Tenoch, which it's the city of Mexico City is Tenochtitlan is the original name of it.
Oh yeah,
the original Aztec city. So that's the shortened version of the city, which is Tenoch at the beginning. So it's Tenoch Huerta. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We all have like 50,000 last names because we have to use our mothers and our fathers. And sometimes you have to use your mothers, your fathers, and depends like if you're aunts or uncles. Depends if they're prominent or not.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have your composed names where you have your
right.
First
then
name,
you have your
middle
composed
name.
names, right? So.
And then if you go even crazy, you have your baptism name, the name you take at baptism,
right?
Or Catholicism, yeah.
Because you have to have your patron saint in there.
Our history was our plantation owner. That's the name we took.
Wow. Who was that right there?
That's your boy. That's your boy.
That's Neymar.
Bond dad yourself.
Oh, so Neymar. Danny likes Neymar.
Right? Danny loves Neymar. I sure hope he gets his body right.
Now I wonder if they're gonna do. If somehow he falls in love with the Invisible Woman, because that did happen.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah, they had a little affair.
Yeah, all the memes are out there already. As soon as you
triangle.
I thought about that too, Shifty. I was wondering, but I don't see her name on here.
Yeah, I didn't see her either.
You know, I think there's going to be other actors in here that these are the big.
That we don't
big
see
names.
it. Yeah.
So
how about Superman look like him? Would y'all believe that Superman?
No.
So
I hear what you're saying.
The man of steel, the man of flab.
The man of $2 burritos.
Yes.
Yeah, Ironheart will have to be a transition into Neymar's
I
arc.
don't care about that show.
She ain't here.
No,
I
hope not. But her show comes out and they keep trying to promote.
Riri coming.
Oh my
God.
God.
Basil says I bet Doctor Strange will be there.
I think he will be.
Yeah, I would put money on it. He has to be in it. It makes sense for him to.
Yeah.
All right. Replacing bets already, gents.
Yeah, man. Should do that.
What would make sense too? What's the actress that plays the black girl in the Marvels?
Monica Rambeau.
Saying, what's her real name?
I don't know.
Was she on one of the chairs?
Yeah, she's from here. Danny.
I didn't see her.
No, she wasn't.
Next one is Ebon Moss Barach.
I don't know who that is.
Who's that?
The thing.
The Thing?
Yeah.
Yes. Tawana.
Oh, look who's here. Look who's there. Look who's getting a movie because he's not getting his own movie.
Nope.
That's why he's there. They have to give him some kind of.
We might see him a whole 7 minutes in the whole movie.
Yeah.
But there's a big I'm
Tiana
shocked.
Paris, Danny. That's her name. Tiana Paris.
I'm shocked that we don't have Marvel Katie, though. That's the thing. Where's Aquafina? I was like, come on, man. She can handle that bow.
No, I'm shocked we don't see Samuel Jackson name on one of them chairs.
Right?
Oh, no. Well, he's a Skrull, so they're going to have somebody else playing.
Also, if this is the Fox X-Men, I guess it's clear the cure didn't work as Mystique is coming back.
But we don't know what alternate universe they're going to
we don't know which universe.
Or what point the incursion happens.
And Patrick Stewart was in the Multiverse of Madness, and that wasn't the same.
And we know the cure didn't work, guys, because in the end of it, Magneto can move the thing.
He moved the piece. Yep. You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
So, yeah.
So eventually they get their power back.
Depending how strong they were, it probably affected them.
Yeah.
But he's on mega level, and I think he's at mega level.
Well, she's pretty powerful for her ability. Yeah,
yeah.
DQ says Neymar is coming back. Yay. I thought the battle stunk. Neymar. Nine on the champion says I'm not a fan. So pristine.
I never heard of air being pristine.
I might just rewatch that just for those parts. I'm not a fan of them bringing back old Professor X and Magneto. Y'all might disagree, but man, prefer Fassbender and James.
Y'all,
Danny
is this a permanent long term?
Give Land of the Champion a round of applause.
Listen, I agree with both of y'all.
I can second that.
Danny, I agree with both of y'all. But again, I don't think this is going to be a permanent X-Men for them. This is
I ain't saying it's permanent.
Yeah.
But okay. I love Patrick Stewart. He is awesome as Picard. Other guy was awesome as Voldemort. But I don't want to see them in a newer movie playing two of the most iconic X-Men. I know it may be just for a cameo. I hope so. But I would rather Fassbender and McAvoy. I think they are better. I think they're better. I definitely think Fassbender's a better actor.
I am not disagreeing with you 100%, Danny. I just think because of what they set up in the past already with the Beast.
I wish they would have done that.
Yeah, but you kind of got to go what you got. Yeah. So I kind of get what they're doing. I agree. I would prefer them over them, but it is what it is.
And to me, she got kind of overhyped.
I like her as an actress. This role, I mean, she's got better roles than this.
I like her, but she
she
ain't better than Scarlett Johansson.
Oh no.
But Scarlett Johansson's not coming back.
She dead.
After the lawsuit.
She dead.
You really think, Fletch, that if they don't throw money her way, that she's not going to take the job?
But that's the thing. They would throw money at somebody else, that says they're not coming back rather than her.
Yeah, she already said. She said that she's not coming back. That she's not in any MCU's movie.
But I heard that the Brewster brothers were going to talk to her.
I heard that too.
I mean, hey,
one thing.
And all this shows to me
is that 6 more zeros, I'm coming back.
I ain't gonna lie.
Well, all this what it shows to me right now is like, yes, in the comic book world, you need in the whole multiverse, you can bring people back from anywhere. In a way, it's kind of desperation to try and get back the Marvel, like back, that Marvel Studios.
But that's what the fans are crying about, though, Gaskar.
Yeah.
They want the old people back. They want Steve Rogers back. They want, they're giving. It's always damn if you do, like Danny says, damn if you don't. Yep. They ask for something, you do it. They get, you're copping out now. You don't do it. Well, they're not listening to the fans. It's
I'm
like
gonna
right.
On DJ side, I agree with what you're saying, but I think I'm the only one on this panel, and correct me if I'm wrong, that I love the multiverse because the multiverse can
bring in characters.
The multiverse is Tom Brady. Tom Brady can make up for all mistakes that inferior players can't do. He'll make you look good.
Yeah.
You go somewhere else, you ain't gonna look good. But they get rid of that multiverse, they're making a mistake.
The
multiverse is a fix-all. It's a fix-all. It's a fix-all.
They can make multiple movies from different verses.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just like the comic books, right? You had Ultimate Spider-Man, you had these other ones, and you still had your Amazing Spider-Man run.
Yeah.
That's like some people, Star Wars fans, don't like the world between worlds.
Yeah.
I like because that can deviate to a totally different Star Wars we ain't never seen before. So don't always just I want
you talk about multiverse, that Spider-Man animated one, that's kind of a multiverse show. That show's fire.
That is.
It was good. It was great. I really enjoyed it.
Because they kind of take things from what's really going on in the regular.
Because everybody's black on there. Except Spider-Man. I was like, what in the world?
I saw some called the Cocoa Butter Spider-Man because everybody black.
Wow. And he comes in and says, I was hoping they would have announced the new Black Panther actor in this press release. A lot of people thought or were praying that would happen.
Right.
Yeah. They did. Right. That's the new Black Panther.
Yeah. That's Black Panther. She's still it. She's still
there.
Yeah, she's still there.
That's cold, Mr.
But they did show what's the face that play M'Baku.
Yeah.
Winston Duke, he's gonna be in it. But I think Winston Duke is kind of the what's her name, Sherry's like mentor and like guide.
Storyline in the comic books. Where he's Black Panther for a while.
And Kelsey Grammer, honestly, when I heard about him coming back, I'm like, well, we had him at an end credit, which is good, right? Because now there seems to be a connection, close connection to what we were used to in the past, which we didn't get in Phase 4.
I hope this movie kind of just gets everything at least back on somewhat of the same track and then go from there. That's all I'm asking for.
One thing I wish they would have done, I wish they would have introduced Blade in this.
We didn't hear
Blade is. I hate to say it, but I think Blade is done.
But I'm saying that's the same way they did Black Panther in Civil War. They introduced Black Panther in Civil War, and then he got his own movie. This would be a good way to introduce Blade to gauge how the fans are going to like Mahershala Ali. Okay, I want to see him. Give him a firefight scene, 4 or 5 minutes where he's a star or whatever, and that will give you a
jumping off.
Yeah, like okay, maybe Blade would be good.
This is the guy from
that's Sentry, yes.
Yeah,
that's Sentry. I had to Google his name because I didn't know his face, but it's Sentry.
It's Sentry.
Yeah.
Let me see where
I think Danny Ramirez is next.
Yeah.
Hold on, I just jumped some chats. Florence Pugh has been underutilized, in my opinion. What's up, DeJuan? Scar Joe said she's done, outgone. Nat's dead, remains dead.
Yep.
I'm hearing Suri will be playing Black Panther. Yeah, she is.
Yep.
Recast Cap with Glenn Powell.
We thought the girl was dead, but look, she came right back. Gamora.
Yeah. And Line of the Champion, that's very good. That's exactly what I agree with Danny, and I agree with you. The multiverse is great when it's done well.
Who's done it well? Can y'all say? Because everybody's doing it now.
I'll tell you who done it well. CW.
Okay.
Yeah.
When they did what is it? What's the name?
Crisis
on Infinite Earth. Fantastic. For a TV show, it made sense. It was cohesive.
Yeah.
I did not hate it.
Yeah. A lot of people were hoping that Wesley Snipes was going to be on that.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
But Secret Wars, man. Secret Wars is a melting pot of heroes fighting. So anything's possible.
It's really more than what we've seen here.
I honestly, I would love to see him introduce him. Like, what's the sons of
What's up, bro?
Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns.
Yeah. Give me Ghost Rider again, man.
Yeah. Brooke says Blade is
bring
done.
Bring the guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Oh my
Ghost
God.
Rider.
I did not.
Yeah.
You didn't like him?
Reyes.
No. Who Reyes from S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I can't say. I heard
Danny
it was good.
Reyes
I didn't see it.
I like him, but I like the motorcycle Ghost Rider. I like the motorcycle better than the car.
Okay. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I love that poor Ghost Rider ain't got no needs. It's like the motorcycle better than the car. Who cares who's driving the car?
Well, I grew up on him having a motorcycle.
I don't like the other Ghost Rider better than Danny Reyes. I'm saying I like
vehicle,
the mode of transportation.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the motorcycle.
Johnny K. Johnny Blaze. That was his name.
Johnny Blaze.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't put like the new one, because the new one she's Native American that drives like a it's almost like the ape hanger handlebars.
Uh-huh.
Those types of motorcycles and stuff. Yeah. And that one looks pretty badass.
I don't see how people ride that. That looks so.
It's so like uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
So Duhan says Anne Paquin would be great. Then people would stop complaining about Ms. Marvel.
Negative.
I can stand Anne Paquin.
No, she is the worst rogue of all time.
Oh God. Now she was good in what's the werewolf show?
She's good in Blood. What's it called?
True Blood. True
Blood, right?
I hated her as Rogue. She ruined that character as Rogue.
Sookie Stackhouse. Yeah, Sookie Stackhouse. was all right.
Annie Jones says they should have introduced Blade Morbius movie. Yeah, that's
that's a fail, right?
Yeah, Midnight Suns.
Man.
Sony's the only one that's done it great and animated. With the multiverse, with the Spider-Verse.
If Sony had any sense, they would at least put Venom in this.
Yeah, because if you have Midnight Suns, you have Blade, you have Wolverine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
I didn't think Wolverine was a Midnight Sun.
Midnight Suns.
Yeah, at one point, he was.
Mm-hmm.
One of the new ones.
I know it was Blade.
So it's Moon Knight, I think, was in it for a little bit too. They could have brought him in. They could have had. What's the
guy that Ryan Reynolds played in Blade 3? He was one of them.
Yeah. X.
No, you're thinking of
Blade 3.
I know who you're talking about. The guy who had swords.
Yeah.
It's on tip of my tongue.
What's his name? Savage.
Hannibal King.
Hannibal King.
He was definitely one.
Yeah. I was thinking Whistler. I think Whistler's that main guy.
Yeah. Because they have Whistler's daughter on it.
Yeah, Jessica Biel plays.
Yeah, Jessica Biel.
Hannibal King, Johnny Blaze, and Blade were original sons.
Yeah.
Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns. Yeah.
I mean, even Wong and Doctor Strange are part of Midnight Suns at one point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who was Louis Pullman? Who was he?
That's the Century.
That's Century. So Fast Eddie says, y'all make sure on Sunday if Robert Storm says the MCU back, make sure you guys have your receipts in hand. LOL. It's gonna be interesting on Sunday. It's gonna be interesting.
I'm feeling sick already.
Y'all had me crack up in the chat earlier. I was laughing about The Rock.
He started that. I was just saying, look, I would love to see The Rock announce so I can see his face, because on his stream earlier, him and Geeky Guy, they were going in hard. I said, "God."
I just said no, but then he took it to a whole other level.
Well, yeah.
I was like, "Dang!" I was like,
talking about some kind of orgy. Okay,
but that's funny. See, but so let me add context from my point of view. I don't see for some reason. I don't.
Oh, you can't see Rob Sex. Yeah,
I don't either. I'm just saying it would be funny to me if this chair said The Rock. After hearing what Robert and Geeky Guy was saying about, The Rock sucks, he destroyed.
I got what you were saying, Daddy. That's why I was laughing. I understood what you were saying.
Then he goes on this tangent. I'm like, okay.
I was sitting back with my popcorn, just like I just turned hot. Now I'm just sitting back watching.
Yeah. Then I set the gif of the whole to a girl.
Yeah, because you can't see Rob Sex in our chat.
I don't know what,
but you see all everything.
I see Danny's thing. I'm like, oh my god, what happened for Danny to write that? Right?
Bro, I ain't no bromance. I mean, I like him, but
So here we got Danny Ramirez coming back as the Falcon.
I like him. I like
him like a kid. So no
problem.
Kid.
What's old boy that play Isaiah?
I can't think of his name, but
I can't remember his name.
Joseph Quinn. Don't know who that is.
Yeah,
that is Torch. Human Torch.
Human Torch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Fantastic Four's in it.
Who is that?
David Harbour. That's
Red Guardian.
Regular Guardian.
Red Guardian.
Oh God.
Yeah, regular Guardian. Yeah.
Regular Guardian.
You know that.
There we go.
M'Baku.
Which
so
is
gonna be in Wakanda.
It's gonna just those two guys.
That's gonna be a comedy right there. That's a comedy right there.
You're gonna get the jokes if you're in the same room.
That's the comedy right there.
That'd be freaking hilarious.
I say Bradley.
You bald-headed witch.
Hannah John Kamen.
That is Spectra or whatever her name is. Or the Ghost Girl from
Ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Thunderbolt.
Aren't you excited?
Yeah.
Tom Middleton.
That's Loki.
That's Loki right there. This one surprised me. Well, yes and no.
It makes sense.
It makes sense what's going on.
The tree.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
The one that shook me though, we'll get when I get to it. I'll tell you.
Shooked?
I got shook. I didn't expect it.
He was shooken, y'all. He
shook,
was
and not in a good way. Like, okay,
you got shook from behind. Don't do that.
Then I was like, "Whoa!" This one I was like, "Okay, what are we doing?"
I like Patrick Stewart. Okay.
And I'm like, okay, that makes sense because of the
time to get to Jericho.
Now, who thinks he's gonna get killed in this one too?
I hope not.
I hope not.
Times can he get killed?
If this was 20 years younger,
5 times he got killed.
About. The virus took him in Wolverine.
Yeah.
This will be at least the third time.
Logan. So here we got Magneto.
Yeah.
Honestly, I agree with Danny. I would have loved to see Patrick Stewart than maybe a younger Magneto.
But they
could have aged them up.
That's true.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Who was that?
That is Nightcrawler, I think.
Yeah.
That one is the one.
Yeah, it's Nightcrawler.
That when I read it was Nightcrawler, why?
Wait, is it the one from the old X-Men, or is this the new Nightcrawler?
This is the old. This is the actor that
was the White House scene when he comes in,
which was a crazy scene.
That's the best scene in the
that was an amazing. That was the
crazy.
That first big exactly.
As far as popularity, Nightcrawler is almost up there in the par with Wolverine.
He's one of my favorite X-Men too. Yeah.
I've always. It's great.
Wouldn't it be good to have Azazel in this too?
Comics,
yeah, his dad.
Bring in Azazel. His Faja.
He'd be great. He's a great actor too.
Yeah. And then this, I was like,
that blew my mind.
I was like, ooh.
Like, give me some of that money. I really see.
Oh my God.
Jennifer, what's her name?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. I mean, they both ain't bad looking at in a blue suit. I ain't complaining.
At least this week is real people. Last week was a cartoon.
DJ's like, they look real good in the suit, but is it really a suit or just some pasties?
Well, what didn't Rebecca Main do the paint?
The paint and pasties. Yeah.
And then you have Jay Marson.
Mm-hmm. Which after Paradise,
yep.
I'm happy to see him again. I got no problem.
You know, he was done wrong in that Xbox. Xbox something Fox.
Yeah,
and that Fox X-Men Fox series.
That was
what Shifty said before.
That was the third 100%. One or the second one they killed him off in the first 5 minutes. Second one.
The second one, right?
Yeah, it's when she comes out of the water, right, and kisses him, and then
how you kill one of the most main characters of X-Men off, the leader of the X-Men off, and like that quick.
Yeah. Well, that was budgetary reasons.
Yeah,
run him off. I don't know, but yeah, he was amazing in Paradise.
Oh yeah. I wish he didn't die in that show because he was acting so good. So, but
this is gonna be good.
This one,
I was like, yeah, let's go.
But it don't make sense.
Let's go.
They mixing the old with the new.
I'm about to make a name for myself. Let's go.
But there's nobody else from that
name for my suit.
Let's go.
Like, where does he come from? Like, what universe? That's only the Wolverine.
Because we didn't know. We didn't know it.
Now, Deadpool. I don't know. You remember at the end of there's the deleted clip from Deadpool Wolverine where he's looking at the glow of the ring.
Yes,
and he jumped. He looked at it and smiled.
It smiled like he's about to jump into it.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
so he went somewhere.
And those original Fox X-Men, they never showed Gambit, so they could just throw him in there
anywhere. Yeah,
anywhere.
Well, they had that one in Wolverine, but
it's true.
Yeah, that one in Wolverine.
He about to make a name for himself.
Yeah,
right. And the fact they had him makes me think that they're probably going to have Hugh Hatt.
Well,
in it,
I think because after the popularity, he got so much hype after Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah,
and then and Ryan Reynolds said something about him making sure that the character comes back.
So, this or that, I maintain Marston should have been Superman. He had more charisma than Ruth. You agree with that or not?
He maybe had more charisma, but he didn't have the look.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have the build,
Yeah.
Ruth had the build and the look.
He had that Christopher Reeve vibe.
Yeah.
That Marston definitely did not have.
Yeah.
He was fine. He was just written terribly. Yeah, writing has that. What's up, Nightwing? Gambit. That's right. And he says, I really want them to get a better Gambit, not Tatum.
I thought Tatum killed it.
I thought he killed it.
I thought he was great. He cracked me up.
I thought he killed it.
It was funny.
I popped out of my.
But you gotta remember, Gambit's always been that very kind of like sarcastic,
Yeah.
He's a weak little.
Well, they could have got the guy that they saw, that we all saw on that YouTube.
Yeah, him too. He
had the look.
Yeah.
He had the
mannerisms, everything about him. Yeah.
And Pedro Pascal, no surprise, is who got all the Fantastic Four. And initially, they already said that the Fantastic Four was going to be,
which makes the most sense of all the characters in MCU.
Right.
Yeah. So,
man, Fantastic Four better be a great movie.
I heard there was test screenings and they said it was really good.
Right. Well, the trailer was pretty good. I like the trailer.
Well, I hope that's good, G Major, because the test screens for Superman is like crap.
Yeah.
I heard opposite. I heard it was doing good.
What I heard.
I've been hearing both. Either they're good or bad. So it's interesting.
Well, we know our main man, Tango Mike, and he said it is, but he got a bias.
He's biased. Yeah,
he got a bias against it because he hates that suit he keeps talking about.
I'm with Danny on that one. All I've heard is that it hasn't been testing well.
I heard it, and then it all leads to him. Doom.
They're doing reshoots.
Yeah. Now leads to Mr. RDJ.
Yep.
So
that's a lot of
excited, guys. Are you excited?
You're not entertained.
Make you excited.
I am curious.
I would say interested, but not excited.
I'm interested. I need until I see a trailer to get me hype. I'm not gonna say excited. I hate to say this. I don't want to say this. I long for that. It's like a crackhead too. I long for that feeling of the first Infinity War trailer. I want to feel that from a trailer again.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the good old days.
To put two movies back to back like Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm saying it's going to be extremely hard. They should rock that baby to sleep every night. Make sure the temperature is just right. Make sure the bottle's warm. Make sure the diapers are changed. So they get to production. And I would go with hardcore fans. I wouldn't go with these executives that really don't know nothing.
Right.
I would go say, I would do a poll. I need 100 hardcore come with fans.
Come watch this.
And do that.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Like if they give me an NDA sign that we want your input as a fan. Right. You can't say nothing about it. I would sign an NDA.
Most definitely.
Right.
Yeah. Right. You ain't got to pay me, but I want to be involved.
I said give an NDA about 10,000. You get a deal.
I am. What's that? Skeptical about it. I'm like, we haven't been blown out of the park.
You're cautious. You're cautious.
Yeah. And brings me back to the whole thing about YouTube and everything. Because you look at anything right now, it's full of negativity. It's so full of negativity.
Negativity brings traction, and no one wants to hear the good positive stuff no more.
But it it affects you, even if you're trying to be there with a positive mind, right? You're like, man, everybody's negative about it, and it makes you doubt, was this movie that I just watched really that trash? Because there's a huge following that says it is trash, right? And it puts doubt in your mind, and when you watch it again, you're like, okay, I see what they're saying. Maybe it is trash. Maybe it's me. Am I trash? Am my thoughts trash? Am I taste the movie trash? And that's the part where I am right now, where I'm like, I have to really forget about what the critics say, forget about what other YouTubers say, and I have to sit in that chair and watch that movie for myself.
We talked about this Sunday. Me, Rob, and DJ. Bro, this YouTube is a double-edged sword. And one thing is good because you get to talk to more like-minded people that got your same interests, same geek status. But then, like I think I told DJ, I took a notebook to watch Eternals.
Yep.
Because I'm worried about it. The shooting is right, the lighting is right, the sound. I never worry about no soundtrack. I was like, oh. But now you have to do all that, especially if you go on certain channels. They're talking about, oh, they wasn't shot this way,
the lighting was off, and
this and that.
The frame rate on this scene was not as
the
good.
ratio of the shot of the camera,
because during the effects and all this kind of crazy, man.
Endgame Infinity War, I wasn't on YouTube yet. I was watching you guys, but I wasn't doing YouTube, so I wasn't like over analyzing the stuff. I would watch the trailers and that's cool, and then watch a breakdown of the trailer, but I wasn't like deep in this quote unquote critiquing of it.
I agree with Gascar. If you don't have a strong mind and a strong I guess core belief, YouTube will make you change your mind and think you're crazy.
Well, that's why
that movie was good, but it really ain't. Like, I get the reputation of having bad takes. There was a time when that bothered me, but from the bottom of my heart, the deepest part of my crack, people can kiss, because I don't care. Because if I like something, I'm going to like it.
Yeah, you like what you like, and that's your right. That like, and I know we can disagree, but if you like something, like it. Because I say don't go see something, or so and so who has a million subscribers, they don't mean you ain't gotta go see it. Go see it and then judge for yourself.
Right.
100%.
No, yeah. Well, I guess it's more the thing. On me on this one, I think I'm now more perplexed than when I was before. Because when I heard, about the Robert Downey Jr., I kind of like, okay, I think I kind of see where they could go, right? And you kind of have some stuff, but then you knew that the Fantastic Four were going to be in there, with the hinting that maybe the X-Men were going to be there, but now full on like the two sides of the X-Men coming in. Now I'm kind of concerned in a sense, because it does feel like a lot of people. It's a lot of stuff in the parts,
moving parts.
Yeah. It's like, how many cooks are you gonna have making gumbo? You're just like you adding stuff, and it's just like I'm afraid how they're gonna deal with it, because it's the Avengers is not it's not Deadpool and Wolverine, right? Deadpool and Wolverine had a goofiness to it that lend itself to just wacky stuff, right? And if they try to do a little bit of that with the Avengers, I don't know if it's going to come off the same way, right? Okay. I think one of the things that kind of hurt Captain America was that they tried to stuff so much. We never got the Serpent Society,
which was like
that would have been the best thing, right? They had to, put on Hulk, which is not bad. It was fun. It really brought some people in, but we had so much stuff on the Serpent Society, and we're like, oh, we're finally gonna get Serpent Society, and we thought, well, this would be a good time to see basically like an espionage thing, right? And then there was like, okay, no, we're doing like End of the World again, and I think they handled certain part. Kudos to the director. I think he brought it back humanity-wise, even though in that sense, even though I know a lot of people trashed him and stuff on it, I think he railed that movie in as much as he could. But this is what I'm concerned about, because you don't have, I think, the James Gunn side of the Russo brothers and some of the other writers that kind of railed them in. And just recently they haven't, they put out, did you guys see the stuff that they put out recently? They had they had that electric. What is it? The electric.
Yes, Electric State.
Yeah, Electric State. And that was like everybody's like, man, that thing is just all over the place. And I watched the other one that they did. It was oh man, it's the one with I think it was Chris Evans and Ana de Armas. I think they had on it, and it was kind of like a spy thriller.
That was a good movie. Ghosted
and stuff.
Ghosted. I haven't seen it. That's the one Rob was talking about. That was pretty decent.
My thing. I trust the Russo Brothers because, like, yeah, the Electric State was a bad. It didn't do so good. But look at their win-loss ratio.
Yeah,
they're a successful team if you look at it that way. They have more wins than they do losses. Way more wins than losses. So that doesn't affect me on me not trusting them. If anybody's going to handle this right, I think it's them. If I had to get anybody in the Marvel verse,
because of what we got previously,
they know how to juggle a bunch of main characters. I'm looking at now. Endgame had just about the same amount of characters in it as this movie does.
Right, but we had more Valiant. We had 3 Captain America movies, right? We only had 1 Captain America movie now, right? We only had 1 Shang-Chi movie now. You know what I mean? We're only gonna have 1 Thunderbolts movie out, right? So and we're only 1 Fantastic Four movie in. So you're gonna have all these new. It almost like you're saying these are the new style of Avengers, and then you're mixing with the the more like season X-Men and hopefully some new X-Men. But you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot more like unfamiliarity for normies in this blend.
But this is going to be the reset button. Like they ain't talking about multiverse. This is
the
the reset.
Secret Wars. They're all saying Secret Wars is going to be the whole.
And then that's the reset button. So they got this is what it's going to be. That's why you have all these unknown characters so far.
Yeah,
they're going to lead the next generation. Basically,
we're probably going to be stuck with the younger crowd. Well, it keeps them open, right? Like Danny said about the multiverse thing. It's true because this reboot, you can keep who you want to keep and recast what you want.
Yeah, and about the concern with the Russo brothers, the best analogy I can use is like a tennis player. Some tennis players play better on hard, some play better on clay, some play better on grass. Depends on whatever surface they play on. So the Russo brothers may not be as good on grass, but they may kill it on clay and on the hard surface. So I don't have any doubts with the Russo brothers not gonna kill this if nobody don't get in their way. Because I think they really care about it. I think they're going to do their research.
They're comic book fans. Like they're comic book fans.
Yeah, they're going to do their research. They're going to do storylines. And of course, we always know, and I don't know why it's going to be a surprise, they cherry pick certain aspects of stories and certain powers and certain whatever. And they don't contort it so it's something different. So until I see it and be like, oh, they went to bed on this, I'm going to have complete faith in the Russo brothers.
I'm with Danny. Until they show me otherwise, I don't trust them.
Yeah. No,
we'll see. We'll see.
So who's all for the trust and who's all for the so-so?
I'm for the trust.
I'm for the trust. They have, like I said, if I'm going to hand over anybody and that's in Disney right now to do that, I'll give it to them.
My only concern is I hope they don't do something that they think is so fantastic, but it's underwhelming. Case in point, when Luke Skywalker teleported halfway across the galaxy, and I guess the writers thought that was so fantastic, which it was fantastic because no Jedi ever do that. But at the same token, it was underwhelming because Star Wars fans want to see them lightsaber fights. We didn't get to see Luke Skywalker, who's supposed to be like one of the greatest lightsaber fighters of all time, didn't do nothing.
We were duped with that.
The feat was incredible, but it was underwhelming at the same time. So I just hope they don't do something that they think, oh man, this is gonna be fantastic. In theory and on paper, it looks good. A team looks good on paper, but then when they actually play, they be like, they didn't play to their potential, or they had something ain't right. So I hope it don't be one of those scenarios where it looks good on paper, but then when they film it, it's like underwhelming.
Yeah, the one I think he said, Shifty said it was Gray Man, and then they did that one that was called Citadel.
Yes,
and those were like incoherent at all.
But then you had the one with Chris Evans, not Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth.
Extraction.
Extraction, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't. They just produced that one, I believe. They had like hands off on it. They basically just put the money in on that one.
So, like we have said, Basel here, I highlighted this one. Excited is too much. I'm barely interested. And that's what's happened with this last very poor phase that we got. You know, it really, a lot of people checked out or on the fence, you know. Low level excitement, though, it's cape shit movies. These don't rustle my jimmies like they once did. And that's the damage that they did, right? That's the damage that they did. But like I said, you know, DJ says hope. I hope that it's really good. You know, I really do, because I want to see this. I want to see a good story and a great, you know, cliffhanger, like, you know, Infinity War. That silence we got in that theater when everybody
the gasp I heard about.
Yeah,
like literally people gasping when I think the biggest gasp was when Black Panther. People were like, no, like people literally in my theater when that happened.
Yeah, and like I remember my kids looking at me like, "Daddy, you read the comics? What happened?" I'm like, "I never read this part in the comics. The Infinity Saga is not like
it
this."
was the first time we lost. Like we actually lost. Like it was like there was you know, we barely won, but no, we actually lost.
Right. But I'm really hoping. Yeah.
That's the thing. We had so much buy-in into everyone. You know what I mean? We saw Black Panther, you know, we lived it and stuff. And this one, the buy-in is not as deep with the newer characters, which I'm concerned about. And the concern also is just basically the studios, because I think they did, what's his name, Julius Onat, like wrong on Captain America.
What new characters are you concerned with? Because we've seen them on the Disney Plus shows, a lot of the new characters. Not the Fantastic Four, but we've seen Falcon and Winter Soldier. We've seen Pew on the Hawkeye.
Yeah, we've seen them all.
We've seen Bucky.
Yeah, so these aren't
well,
unknown
we haven't
characters.
seen them all yet. We haven't seen Sentry because we're gonna see Sentry.
Yeah.
So how he's gonna fit into this whole movie?
And we've seen Ghost on.
I mean, you
on
go back to
movies.
You're saying like, oh, there's only been one movie. You go back to like that, you know, Captain Marvel only had one movie before Endgame, and Black Panther only had one movie for all that. Well, I guess you say it's
War. I was at 2, yeah.
Yeah, so
but it's a beloved character. You know what I mean? It's got like so much stuff, and I'm not. What I'm saying is because the majority of my family is normies, right? It's like me. I have to like beg people sometimes to go see something. I did not have to beg them to go see, you know.
So when it comes out, what you need to do is get in your lone cake and stand in front of your family. It has begun, and send them to the theater.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then you take your soul. Say your soul is mine. That's what I'm gonna do.
And then they throw holy water at me in a cross.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there day one. I don't care.
I'll be there day one.
Me too.
Nah,
that's for sure.
We only got 2 minutes going to the clock, but let's go and get into Daredevil.
That's exactly what I was gonna bring up. So Daredevil, like many of us said backstage, we didn't know 2 episodes was gonna drop. And I started seeing
I would have watched your boy last night. We watched on both of them, but nobody tuned in.
I was in bed.
What was I doing? I was doing something. I watched it late, and when I got into bed to watch it, and I'm
9
like,
o'clock every Tuesday night we watch it.
Previously on, and I'm like,
hey, I'm telling you,
this what happened?
I did the same thing. I was like,
it was so cool how they tied in Kamala Khan.
Yes,
I've seen that man before somewhere, and then it hit me. I said, oh, okay, so
I knew he was right away.
This show is tying every.
I told y'all in the text. This is the new Wong. Daredevil is now the linchpin of connecting everything.
Yep,
you're all gonna go through Daredevil because we got Spider-Man, She-Hulk. Who else was on Daredevil so far? We had Hawkeye was mentioned because the swordsman,
Punisher,
Punisher, he is Spider-Man. Who else? Spider-Man,
White Tiger.
Everything's gonna connect through I'm saying something, or people are going to show up on his show in some way.
And he's going to be in this already. He's going to be in the Secret Wars.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Miss Marvel in the last episode or something. We're gonna have
Kamala, you think so?
Because she's in California. West Coast Avengers isn't.
I don't know if we'll see her in her costume. We might see her at the dinner table.
Isn't Ant-Man's daughter? She's out. No, Ant-Man's daughter.
Yeah, she's in California.
She might be recruiting her. So.
But that's what they were supposed
West Coast, but I think it might be Young Avengers.
West Coast, Young Avengers, kind of the same.
I think DJ's right. I think they're trying to mesh both of the West Coast Avenger and.
If I'm mistaken, wasn't the Vision and Scarlet Witch in the West Coast
Wonder
Avengers?
Man.
Yeah,
and Wonder Man.
And that's what I said. She might be out. Running. You might see her on Wonder Man too, because that takes place in California.
Right. So because also remember in West Coast Avenger you had the. What was it? The silver and red Iron Man costume, right? Was it if they mix, so if they mix the Young Avengers with the West Coast, now you have Riri going in there, and I don't know if you guys noticed that she does have a red and white accents on her costume.
And
I don't know if that's a hint.
And of course, the Vision, we might see the White Vision be the mentor.
Yeah.
Well, that one's shooting already, right? White Vision series is shooting already.
They've been trying to get that done.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's shooting. That's supposedly he was texting from the thing.
And where's Rhodey on all this, right?
Where's the scroll? Well, he just got.
Where's the scroll or Rhodey?
Which one? He just got back.
He's recovering. He don't know what the hell happened. Yeah. He don't know what happened in the past. He don't know what's going on. He don't even know what's going on.
You mean that got hit?
This is your life.
But did we see him on Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Was that before or after?
No,
he was a scroll apparently during that.
That was before.
He's going to be in the last episode of Daredevil with the lady on the streets asking questions about vigilantes. Like, I don't know what happened. I just woke up.
It'll be that black dude. I told you he was scroll.
Yeah. And Basil's absolutely right. And Shang-Chi's in California as well.
California, San Francisco.
Yeah. Armor Wars was canceled supposedly. Yeah, Armor War was.
Yeah.
Delayed. I thought it was delayed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. Delayed. Marvel and DC should get their crap together because a lot of normies are tuning out on comic book movies.
Yeah.
I
think what's hurting because do they advertise on these streaming services other than Disney? I know they do, and maybe HBO. But these other streaming services, I don't know if they pay to because back in the day it was CBS, Fox, NBC.
Yeah. Unless it's
ABC.
unless it's a sporting event, I don't see regular commercials from movies and stuff like that.
I got a lot of Daredevil commercials on my TV when I'm watching sports, exactly like you just said. I was getting Daredevil, Tuesdays, and I know it, and it sucks because they're not doing well viewer wise, but it's great.
It's a great show.
It's great, and not only that, going back to Danny saying taking his book and how it's shot. This show is shot like a movie.
Mm-hmm. I thought I was
widescreen shot. You have
the first episode was like Inside Man.
I like the way they do those.
Those
interviews on the street.
I love because this is a street level show, so you're getting a feel of the city as it's happening.
Right. Yeah, and I saw because they had on Spanish television they did have a lot of Captain America ads. Even though they did cut most of Captain America, they mostly had Red Hulk.
Fletch, they ain't doing us no good except you and Gasco. You don't know what they're saying. all I'm gonna know is Negro. They said Negro Captain America. There you go. I knew it was coming.
Well, they had Frijoles Negros Captain America branded, with the little shield on top.
Yeah, and
there's no
mark in the background.
There's no Thunderbolts commercials in Spanish.
No.
So that's what I'm saying.
I haven't seen Thunderbolts commercials on TV.
I haven't seen a lot neither.
And that comes out in May? At May?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now let's see how they do these Supermans because Superman, if I was them, end of May, I'd be starting my campaign.
Yeah, because you got that's a month and a half for you
after Thunderbolts. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, supposedly we're gonna get a talking trailer in WonderCon, right?
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Yeah,
what I like about
sorry. How long is that? Like 2 weeks or a week and a half from now or something?
3, if I remember.
But quick note on Daredevil, real quick. The second episode, that girl who's playing the niece, she's an amazing actress.
She's a great actress.
She is so good. Like,
I'm like, why are you going on there? No,
I mean, Danny, every kid in every show or movie does the dumb thing. We knew that was going to happen.
Not Latinas.
Not if I got that amulet. I'm wearing that amulet.
I thought either she was going to have the amulet on, or Matt was going to bring the amulet to save her life. You know, after she was like almost dying.
One of the things I really like about this is that we thought that Kingpin was going to make Matt change and vice versa. But none of that is making them change. It's other outside forces.
I love the parallel fight scene that they had, because it was showing.
I thought he was going to kill Adam with that axe, but that's like he gave him the axe. I was like,
he's been fighting at him. That's what he's been doing. That's why he had a bloody knuckles.
Fletch, WonderCon is actually this week.
Oh, it's this week.
28th
so
and the 30th.
We should get a Superman talking trailer.
Two things too on Daredevil. I think Vanessa is setting him up.
Yes.
She's working with that guy that owes money, right?
She's playing him, man.
She looked like when she was like laying on the bed thing, and we were like, wait a minute. She's coming back to it, but then it's like
she's telling him all the wrong things to say to those people.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta say this. And I think he was going on what she's saying, and all them people was turning him down. I'm like, y'all ain't realizing who y'all dealing with.
How about Kate Bishop's stepdad acting all big and bad in front of the Kingpin?
Yeah, I'm hell.
Yeah, I was like,
that kind of threw me off for a second. I'm like,
but he got money out the wazoo.
That old boy Luca coming to the office.
So
I think Vanessa that's to the office.
That was Kate Bishop's stepdad.
That's Swordsman from the
Swordsman.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I wanted to ask you guys who that was.
That's Swordsman. Yeah. But Luca set up that robbery.
Yeah. Because he said get it to Luca.
Yeah, that's $1.8 million, and that's what he owed. You know, the money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So going to episode 6. So the episode 5, I loved it. I found it super fun.
That leg break. Oh my god!
Oh, yeah, I cringe on that, bro.
Yeah.
Just the sound of it. It was like, I'm like, that hurts.
Yeah,
I think the 5th episode was fun.
But one
I
thing
know Kamala's name got thrown out there a lot, but it was
it was a filler episode, but I loved it.
Fun. I think it was a filler though.
I loved it.
I think the best part when he's like he's had it, and the one guy with the yellow mask on and stuff, and he just passed by him and just whacks him on the side of the head. It was like a second, and just whacks that dude in the column, and I was like, dude, the dude's gone.
One thing
I like the Kamala Khan stuff because it gives you an update on a character that has nothing to do with this that we kind of we kind of forgot about, but it gives you an update on what her life is going on, in a roundabout way. So
I just like the last one he mentions her again. Yes, you're great. You're an amazing daughter.
Amazing daughter.
But it's like a father, right? Proud of their daughter.
So I wonder if somebody is going to be complaining because we see clearly now that Matt Murdock ain't rich. He is not rich. He's there begging for money.
Just like Captain America got denied for a loan. He got denied for a loan.
Exactly. It's like it seems to be an ongoing issue in the Marvel universe that all these superheroes have done so much stuff
are broke.
Yeah. Nightwing exactly saying what I said before. I like Daredevil Born Again, but the terms of viewership numbers, the Reacher is killing it. Yeah, Reacher is apparently on fire. I still haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
I've not seen it. Yeah,
have y'all seen the video where Reacher's supposed to be this mountain of a man,
right?
And the guy that plays him, he said he built his own gym in his house.
Yeah,
he said all that is his own work, but he said he didn't start taking not steroids, but testosterone until I think this season, because I think they want him even bigger. So if I'm not mistaken, he said he put on 40 pounds of muscle.
Dang.
It's from the last season of this season.
Dude, his freaking back is so wide.
Man, his doggone chest.
I saw him in
arms,
a Men's Health magazine. They had like a little thing of him in his workouts, and his back is just fucking wide. I'm like,
bro,
God dang.
If James Gunn get him to be the new Batman,
woof.
He wants to be. I mean,
that guy's better run.
Yeah, he's come out and said it, right?
He's campaigning.
Yeah,
he's campaigning. He wants to.
Yeah. And he was great in Titans because he was Hawk from Hawk and Dove. In Titans, if you watch Titans, he was in there.
That is correct.
But wait, he was Hawk and he was
Hawk
on Smallville.
He was Hawk.
Yeah, and he was Hawk. Well, he was tinier.
He might go around a
a
circle.
lot smaller.
Before then, on I think it was a spinoff. He was Aquaman.
Yeah, he was Aquaman in Smallville.
Smallville, yep.
Yeah, in Smallville. But no, he in this one, I think it's because in this one he's like half naked, like the majority of the thing, because it's like he's like doing undercover, so he has to like go like swim to like to get away from like the place that he's at, like undercover. So every time they do the slow, for the ladies in the audience, like the slow him taking off like his jacket and all stuff, being butt naked, coming out of the water, and then coming out of the water, girl comes, opens the window, he's totally naked.
So it's not Neymar coming out of the water, right?
No, it's not Neymar coming out of the water. He paid money. They paid money for that one.
See, we see a steak burrito. We saw tacos with Neymar. There's a big difference.
Carne asada on that one. So that one was a vegetarian.
So before we wrap it up, let's talk about episode 6 with Muse. But yeah, I love that episode.
But I thought Muse was supposed to be his equal.
He's actually supposed to be strong.
I mean, he gave him a run for
stand his ground.
Yeah, he stood his ground.
No, I don't think so. When he went, it like Daredevil flip a switch, went like the berserker mode.
Yeah, I love the line though when he got the call from the girl's aunt, whatever. He was like, F it. That's the best way to go back here. No dramatic scene. Just like, no, F it. Let's go.
It goes to the cover, opens it up.
Yeah. But I go back to the parallel of him and Matt. I'm loving their different story, but same track. No matter what they do.
I mean, with Kingpin?
With Kingpin, yeah. No matter what they do, they're going back to what they were trying to run from.
Even again,
the thing with the suit was a perfect metaphor. When he put the suit on and it burst, it was like, okay, that's just he's going back to it no matter what he does.
No, that's like eating too much. That's all it was. He stopped eating all that one.
Well, remember the whole thing where he lost weight because he was trying to change and everything. But now,
it does have that parallel thing. Yeah, they did have. Yeah. They did have that.
I don't see how Adam's alive. The way that he was punching Adam on that table.
Oh, Adam dead.
Yeah. Ain't no way Adam's still alive.
He was breathing. He dragged him back into the cell and he was breathing.
Yeah.
I know one thing. The second that's open that cell, I'm gonna come out like Wolverine boy. He got to kill me. I'm gonna kill him.
The way he punched him and punched him across the room.
He was an artist.
Yeah, he ain't got no fighting skills. Yeah.
Hey, you know one part I like too when Kingpin said. I thought it was funny. He said when the sanitation department figures out.
Figures out, right? Because the commissioner was all like, "Oh, we just need more cops." And he goes, "Bro,
he started laughing at it,
right?"
I was like, "Ooh, that's a tough one,
the serial killer." You know,
they're all talking. He starts laughing and everything.
There should be new protocols put in place. I was like. I told Oswald, I said, man,
we were kind of wrong because we thought they already had a task force that they were secretly doing with the punishment. They didn't. It was
and they had those two crooked cops.
That speech he gave them cops, man, that was inspirational, boy. I was like, the second got fired up.
Yeah,
it's funny because you're partly cheering for the Kingpin in it, Like DJ says, that's duality where you kind of have like, wait a minute,
I think he's gonna get caught up with these cops. They're gonna get busted for they're probably behind kill my boy, and then they're gonna be like tied to him.
It's Luca and Vanessa are gonna mess up Kingpin.
But Kingpin, if you see what he's setting up, I think he's gonna, because he doesn't like the cops to begin with. The cops don't like him.
He's an army now.
Right. So now he's like, I'm sending my army, and if they fall, it's just gonna look bad on the cops anyway.
Yeah, right? He gonna use them cops to take out all them people that disrespected him at that party. They dead. He gonna use them to
squash the gangs. Squash the gangs.
He gonna use them to take out all the competition.
Yep.
And he gonna take back over.
Yep. Is he gonna take out Vanessa though?
Yes, Vanessa dead.
I think.
In the season she did.
Daddy's like Vanessa's dead.
I think he's gonna kill her, but we want to see where he's like killing her but crying at the same time.
It's gonna be a Thanos throwing Gamora over the thing.
Yeah. He's gonna be choked. I think he's gonna choke her to death.
That's a good analogy.
I think he's gonna choke her to death, and he's gonna have some monologue where he's crying and all this stuff. Yep.
Because she betrayed him, and I think she's steady betraying him. I think she set him up with those people at the party. She knowing that he never messed around when she slept with Adam. She got that taste of power in her mouth, and
because she's already mad that he came back and ruined what she had building already. Yep. So
she was not happy.
She was not happy about that.
She's walking dead.
How many episodes we got left? It's 12 this season.
It's 9, I believe.
We got 3 more.
3 more. Damn.
So Basel says, I think Muse was just surprised, but second time around, it will be
that could be because Moose has superpowers.
Man,
he's strong. He's super strong.
Muse was a mosquito heartbeat from being dead. If he wouldn't lit up off that, I was gonna change.
I think he was more.
That was a great scene.
It was I think he was more trying to like get her blood out, which. The girl should have been dead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. How do you put the blood back in the veins?
Just give her, you can't do CPR when you have no blood in your body. You're not pumping anything.
Heck, it don't matter. Now,
that's why I thought he would have the amulet on her and give her the amulet to give her strength for her to survive.
Well, that would have been cool.
That's what I thought was going to happen. That would have made sense, and it sets her up to be the future White Tiger.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Well, the cops have the amulet because it's still part of an ongoing murder investigation.
No, he gave it back.
He gave it
to the family.
Yeah. When did they give it to the family? What episode?
They gave it to Matt. They gave it to Matthew.
Remember,
we don't see whether Matthew gave it to the family, but they definitely gave it to Matthew.
Yeah, because when she comes up to him when at the courthouse because he wants to talk the first time. Yeah.
So you guys think she's gonna be the new White Tiger?
Oh yeah.
She is so tiny.
Oh yeah.
Yep. She's maybe tiny to be
maybe not in this series, but maybe down the line.
No,
the Young Avengers.
It's the problem when I body shame, but now look at Fletcher. He body shaming.
He age shaming. And he being sexy at the same time.
She can't even reach
and sexy at the same time.
She can't even reach the cookies on top of the fridge.
What was the little girl?
But she got some fire in her. I don't care what anybody says. That girl got some fire in her.
What was the little lady in Brave New World? Everybody was.
Oh my gosh, that was the funniest thing ever. That was the funniest thing ever. She's a Black Widow. She's like 40 pounds.
That one. Yeah.
Sabra.
I'm sorry.
Sabra.
That was terrible. That was
that was the most hilarious thing. I was laughing.
Y'all bulljabbing. I done seen many small men.
Oh yeah.
Will cut your butt because speed kills. I know strength is something, but if somebody fast and skillful, they'll weigh you out, buddy. Like you stole something.
Oh my god!
Oh, no.
And say that, guys.
White Tiger, not Puck.
Any closing statements on this final episode of this last episode of Daredevil?
Awesome.
Born Again.
I'm looking forward to the next. I hope they release 2 more. Yeah. And then say the finale.
And you can't spoil me dropping 2 and then not give me 2 again. Like, come on, man. you can't do me like that.
Man. No, I think it was awesome. I'm really enjoying this series. It's a shame that a lot of people are not tuning in and watching it.
The writing.
Maybe they're watching it in other ways that doesn't count. But anyway,
I think it's
better. Penguin than this.
I still think Penguin's better overall.
I think
Penguin still.
One thing I like about these writers though, they make you cheer for the bad guy, and the next moment you be like, what?
That's when you know when you're writing good. When you have to question yourself while you're writing.
And Daredevil has done that. So there are times you cheering for Kingpin, and times you like that sucker. Yeah. I say Kingpin to kill.
Penguin did it more though. Penguin did it more.
Yeah. I hated Penguin when he killed old boy. That's what.
Yeah.
All the time I was like it, but when he killed old boy,
that was the final straw for me. Like I can't root for you no more.
Sorry, sucker.
Me was Penguin because, like you guys know, I'm not a real big DC fan
but it got you into
DC. That role got me invested.
They did it without Batman.
That's the key right there.
They showed the bat signal at the end, and that was it. And it was perfect.
Yeah.
So on Daredevil, they're not gonna do two. So the next one coming out is gonna be episode 7 is gonna come out April 1st. And then it says April 8 is going to be 8, and then last episode is on the 15th. So they're not doing. Yeah, this was just maybe it was
somebody made a mistake and dropped 2.
Well, no,
I think it was to get more people hype over because they did have new trailers for this.
They said it was done on purpose because the episode 5 was like a filler episode, and they didn't want to slow the momentum down with
I was thinking we would see him in the suit episode 7, but I'm glad we saw him episode early.
Now we can get him to actually solving his case with Muse and stuff like that. So
because you got 3 more hours basically. I think
to wrap things up with
because basically an episode is like 40 minutes.
Yes, 45 to 50. Yeah. Depending on these last ones, almost
40 episodes is how much time?
Oh, it's 40 something.
120 minutes. It's an hour and a half.
Yeah. But season 2 has already been filming. So
it has.
And they're smart too. They said it in the 13th. That's the last episode. The 13th. Because that same week, Last of Us
15,
comes out.
15.
That's perfect too, buddy.
The Last of Us comes out. I think the 15th, the Last of Us comes out. So
I'm on vacation next week. So thank you.
Oh yeah, I'm on vacation the week of the 13th. So that's gonna be awesome. Awesome. So Fletch, tell the good people where they can find you, good sir, and thank you for being on again this week.
Oh, thanks so much. No, I really appreciate it. Thanks for letting me hang out. Tomorrow I'll be doing frijoles negros streams where we will teach you how to make frijoles negros and frijoles blancos because we're not racist. Indignant Desert Birds on YouTube and Rumble.
I'm gonna ban that.
Actually, I was thinking of inviting you, Danny, to be a co-host on the frijoles bonanza.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Come on, man. They're good beans, man.
The time as I go in there, they'll be switched to black beans. I got you.
We got black beans at home. No worries.
Wow, man. That was good. And G Major, glad you're feeling better, brother, and you're here with us again.
Man. Thank you. Yeah, amen to that. Yep, I'm back. Feeling better. Usually doing things here and there. I was going to do something to update on the Fire 2 festival, but I'm going to wait because I guess the press conference tomorrow. As soon as I hear the press conference, I'll probably make a video about it. But other than that, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here, man. I'm glad, like I said, we're all happy you're feeling better, man. And DJ, aka Robert 2.0.
Oh my God, you guys! I don't always agree with Robert. Y'all know that.
Yeah, I know.
But no, you find my channel Talking Black Guy. Been doing some solo leveling stuff on my channel. I love the anime. It's about to end for I think next week, the last episode. So just kind of do a wrap up of that. And just come check me out.
Sweet.
Y'all watch your latest video. Cool.
Yeah, I got 2 more coming up in the next 2 days. So.
My daughter wants to watch that anime with me.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Have you been watching Sakamoto?
Yes, I haven't seen the last one.
New episodes come out in I want to say June. Yeah.
And plus, we're getting a bunch of new, it's a spring anime season.
Yeah.
Are they going to do the Blue-Eyed Samurai again?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I believe they're doing a second season on it.
Nice.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I love
2020.
Yeah, Netflix got some good anime coming out. Like they got Devil May Cry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks
coming out. So.
Disney actually has an anime coming up that I was interested in. With they're doing like almost like an isekai. Isekai is an anime where basically you get sucked into a different world, and I think this character is getting sucked into a villain, Disney villain world, but it's all anime style. So if they pull that off, that's gonna be epic.
The last couple of anime projects wasn't all that good. They did the Star Wars anime.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, I think, because the style was kind of cool.
It was like two out of 7 maybe was okay.
Yeah, you're talking about Visions, right?
Yeah, they had Visions season 1 and season 2.
Yeah,
and I think each season had like 7 episodes, maybe. And
right.
Season 2 was okay, but the other 5 was like duddish. Well, at least to me, it was.
No, they should have given. There's so many new creators. There's one that I follow. He did a whole battle between Star Wars troopers and droids, and he did it all himself, and it's amazing with a small studio. And it's almost like a DJ. We talked about it last summer. They did a Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond fan film, and it looks the suit looks just like it.
I'm telling you, this fan made stuff out here, man.
Yeah,
they had the money behind them.
just give this folks some money and all stuff. I mean, and put it out. I mean, how many anime studios in Japan would love it if you give them all Star Wars?
Budget.
Yeah, and just that budget. They're cherry picking some ones that are not as.
I would love that to happen. Star Wars anime.
Right. I mean, look at McDonald's. They're working with small anime creators, and their Japanese commercials are just blowing up.
Yeah.
You know, and small, what do you call it? Small animation studios. They're working with video game studios and all that kind of stuff. Even doing like VR. Like you go into McDonald's and you want to order, they have like a little VR and they have little anime creatures that talk to you and anime girls that you could get. It's like, I mean, Disney. I mean, imagine that in the parks and all that.
Disney is tapped to the anime because it's big,
right?
Because you could do like filler movies and short, 3-part stuff anime. Just use the same voice actors.
Correct.
Have them do anime.
Oh no, completely. It's like they're just leaving money on the table on that one because they also have the parks to deal with and all that kind of stuff. It's just it would totally blow up. I mean, everybody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Take care, Basel. Thank you for being here. And Danny.
I am the Road to Wisdom. You can catch me on Mondays and Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel. And also you can catch me here on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and catch me on Sundays at 7 p.m. on Storms Live. Great show, fellas.
Awesome, man. We're by flying. Awesome. And like I said, thank you everybody in the chat for watching, all the panelists for being here. And yes, that concludes our show for this week. Make sure to tune in next week as we stick another landing. And adios, muchachos. Until the next one.
Peace.